All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Garage Talk Sports. I'm Mills.
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Nick.
And we are back with yet another episode for you guys. Number 47, 1 week closer to a complete year of episodes. We'll still plan our year anniversary.
Yes, we will.
Kind of a slow week with the Pro Bowl weekend happening. Not much going on with sports, but we do want to announce some big news here for the podcast specifically. We did start our own website at garagetalksports.com. That's the domain. Go ahead and give it a look. Let us know what you guys think. Give us some feedback. But we're excited about it. We, legitimizes our podcast.
We're real now.
Yeah. We're real now. We're real.
Yeah.
But so we're excited about the website. It's got the links to our social media and everything on there. So maybe I can just end the show and say go to our website and find everything. Save me a lot of breath, right? But like I said, so the Pro Bowl just happened. Super Bowl's this upcoming weekend. Not much really going on in the other sports. There is the Winter Olympics, but I'm going to be honest, we haven't been watching.
No, I have not.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, Winter Olympics. It's just I watch the Summer Olympics, not you. And it's not personal. But without further ado, we'll get into the episode, right? So we finally have all of the NFL coaches have been hired.
Yes,
I believe
except for one, which is the Vikings, and they have to wait till after the Super Bowl because they're hiring offensive coordinator Kevin O'Connell of the Rams.
Gotcha.
So it's not official yet, but
he's not. It's not pen to paper, but he's going to become the head coach there in Minnesota, unless he pulls a Josh McDaniels and backs out like he did to the Colts a few years ago.
Yeah. But it's not Harbaugh, even though he absolutely thought he had that job. I don't know who was pushing that out there, but it was all out there.
I'm looking forward to talking about that little interview blunder that happened there. But yeah, so we're going to talk about those head coach hirings, go over the different ones. We're going to give our grades, traditional A to F scale here, and share a little bit of why we gave it that grade. And then we'll talk about the Pro Bowl weekend, stirring up some controversy because it's the Pro Bowl. It's a joke. No one takes it seriously.
Oh, a lot of controversy, especially if you're Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I mean, some more. There you go, Bob. So some legal controversy as well, I guess. And then... we'll see where the show takes us from there. We have some other things we might throw in. You know how we get, guys. We like to ramble. We're rambling right now. Yeah. But let's dive into it. Let's start over in Miami. They just hired Mike McDaniels, offensive coordinator from the San Francisco 49ers. So how about we give our grades, and then we'll talk about it after we give our grades for it, okay?
All right.
So let's go. Let's hand it off to Bobby.
I give this a B+. Nick?
B.
I got to double check my grade. I forgot on this one. I gave it a B as well. So let's talk about Mike McDaniels real quick. Offensive coordinator in San Francisco, not the play caller. Everyone knows that's Kyle Shanahan's gig. He calls the plays. Apparently, though, the big thing that Mike McDaniel is responsible for is the run game. He kind of builds the run scheme and the run plan for the offense.
That is what
and I think that's like the bread and butter of that offense. So, I always get cautious of guys when they don't have experience calling plays and things like that. Usually you'd like to see someone, you want to see the progression through the position like coach up to offensive coordinator, play calling as the offensive coordinator ideally before going to head coach. Now, that doesn't mean he's not going to be a good head coach.
Yes.
That's just the reason why I'm giving it just a solid B.
But one thing Miami lacked all last year was the running game. They were absolutely terrible in the running game. They could never do anything. So if he comes in, that's going to be completely fixed. He's going to get the right run scheme. He's going to be able to run that ball even with anyone.
I'm gonna say he'll probably be able to come up with a solid scheme. Problem is the Dolphins have one of the worst offensive lines in football. They don't really have a stud running back.
Yeah.
Questions at the quarterback position. Is Tua the guy?
But
he's inheriting. I would call it a little bit of a mess. Just because the big part of the run game is how good your O-line can do. And you can scheme well and everything, but at the end of the day, if your O-line is not winning blocks, they're not winning blocks. And if you don't have a star wide receiver who can compensate running back who can compensate for that, it's a little tough to say.
Again,
how
you got
certain
free agency.
Yeah, you
got the draft. I think he's the right guy to get the pieces in place to fix that.
I'm just not willing to say it will fix. This will fix the run game altogether. I think they still have a lot to address. I do think it's a solid hire, though.
Yes.
coming from the Shanahan tree. And at this, and we can go back to Mike Shanahan because Mike McDaniel was also a part of that 2013 Redskins offensive staff.
It's insane how many.
You got Kyle Shanahan, Matt LaFleur, what's his face, Sean McVay. I don't know why I said what's his face. Who else was there? There was one other guy. Was Zach Taylor?
I don't think so. I think it was just the.
Was it? I think
Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, and Matt LaFleur. I think that was the only three that. No,
Mike McDaniels was there.
Mike McDaniels was the wide receivers coach there. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just those four. Either way,
I want to say that Zach Taylor was there.
Could have been. I don't entirely remember, but either way, he comes from that coaching staff, which I mean, so far all of them I think have had proven success. Yeah. Each of them, they've all reached a Super Bowl. Zach Taylor's going to the Super Bowl this year, or Matt LaFleur hasn't.
Yeah, Matt LaFleur
caught me. I caught myself on that one. Matt LaFleur has
They've all reached championships.
They've reached plenty of NFC championships, but they can't win it.
Yeah.
So you got to be optimistic if you're a Dolphins fan looking at it because everyone knows. I've said it for a couple seasons now that San Francisco run scheme I think is like the best run scheme in football. So if he's the guy who kind of leads the charge on that one, that's something to be optimistic for. We'll have to see though what he does. Is he going to be the play caller or is he just going to build the scheme and bring his guys that he trusts to run it for him?
That's a good question. But Ian Rappaport is very high on this guy.
A lot of people were.
Yeah. I like it just because like the 49ers aren't like an amazing team. It's like no one like, oh, this is definitely a playoff team. So it's like it's not like, we'll get into other guys where it's like you're leaving like an amazing offensive system and you're the offensive coordinator. It's like, well, yeah, your team is going to make it to the playoffs whether you coach them or not.
Not a star quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you're going to a team. It's like if the Dolphins were like dead, like absolutely terrible, like Houston Texans or like Giants.
I'm not letting that get by. I'm sorry. I'm not. If it was Bobby, we would have roasted.
So like Texans, Giants, Jets, like where it's like we're far like a ton of pieces away.
Yeah.
It's not like the Dolphins are that much like Dolphins
are a
versus
tweener
49ers.
team.
They're pretty similar team wise.
Yeah, I think the 49ers have considerable more talent on defense, but ultimately quarterback position I think is pretty much a wash. I think Jimmy G's a little bit better, but Tua's a little more athletic, I guess you could say. But to your point, Nick, with Mike McDaniel, right? So it's not like you're taking a guy who's got, a Hall of Fame quarterback that runs is in the offense. The scheme in San Francisco is a huge part of their success.
Yeah.
They just put a different running back in. I feel like every year there's a new guy. Raheem Mostert was the guy.
Debo
Samuel. I mean, it's like all the time something changes and it still works. So the optimism is that the scheme seems to be one where you can pretty much put whoever you want in there and it'll have at least moderate success.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, the O-line's kind of an issue. So hopefully if you can make some moves to shore that up and get the O-line closer to average, then you're looking at a pretty solid scheme that's built to win games. Yeah. There's more that goes into the Dolphins, but they're one of those tweener teams. They started 1-7, won 7 games. I forgot where they finished on the year. What, 9-8?
I want to say they finished 10-6. 10-7.
I don't think it was 10-7. I think it
was one of the two. I
think it was 9-8.
Yeah.
Either way, perfect like middle road team can go up or down. You got to assume they'll make moves to improve. So you got to be optimistic. I'm not going to give it an A just because
9-8.
Not. Oh, look at that.
But you do have big shoes to fill, though.
Oh yeah, Brian Flores was fired for. Questionable firing to begin with, but I think Mike McDaniel's a smart coach. I think he's someone who can put in a solid scheme, like we said, and maybe you find some decent success. You're looking at best case scenario, a wild card team for them.
Yeah.
I don't think you're competing with the Bills yet. I don't think you're competing with the Patriots yet in the division.
Yeah.
So you're looking at wild card.
Yeah.
But it could happen. I think you have plenty of reasons to be excited if you're in Miami. Let's put it this way: they fired Brian Flores. And I don't think they made a stupid hire as his replacement.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can live with that questionable firing because I think they went and got someone who actually belongs in the conversation as a head coach. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So then let's go from from the Texans to complete from the Dolphins to complete dumpster fire here. Let's go Houston Texans. All right, our boy Bears great Lovie Smith
is now a head coach again.
Listen, Lovie Smith, top 3 Bears coaches of all time.
Yes,
there's just no debating it.
Well, yeah, because they've only had 3 decent ones. They've had 2 amazing ones, and then Lovie Smith is just a placeholder for 3rd.
Pretty much, but it's still there.
He got us to a Super Bowl.
He did finished 3rd place out of like 3 people.
81-63 was his record with Chicago. More winning seasons than not.
Yeah.
Matt Nagy has a winning record.
Barely, 34-31 or whatever it is. All right, we're talking a solid
that's
18 game difference here, okay?
I know, but if you look at all Bears coaches after Mike Ditka, Lovie Smith and Matt Nagy are the only ones with winning records.
Exactly.
So there you go. So Matt Nagy's almost the 3rd best coach.
The difference is Lovie Smith did it for longer. And he got them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So
couldn't win it, but got us to a Super Bowl. All right.
Got them to the dance. Your players got to do some of it too. No, all in all, Lovie Smith, whether we like it or not, 3rd best coach in Bears history. Part of that is a testament to how bad the coaches have been. Another part of it is a testament to, Lovie Smith actually was a solid coach for the Bears.
Yeah.
He got a lot of flack. His big issue was that he couldn't build an offense. Imagine if he could have done anything semi-competent with the Jay Cutler era. Lovie Smith may still be coaching the Bears for all we know, but at the end of the day, he could not seem to build an offense. So he's going to the Texans, a team that just sucks. Straight up. Well, he's staying. He's getting promoted.
Yeah.
Was the defensive coordinator. So my grade on the Lovie Smith one, I am giving it a C+.
I'm giving it a C+ as well.
F, easily.
Nick's giving it a big F. Here's the reason, Nick, why I'm not giving it an F. I don't think anyone was going to take the Texans' job.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's the least desirable coaching job.
Exactly.
It's the least desirable in the NFL. You have the 3rd overall pick, which is normally a really good thing, except this is, in my opinion, one of the weaker drafts in recent history.
Yeah.
So you don't have a quarterback that's a for sure thing. And I don't think any of them are a for sure thing at any point in the draft.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to have to roll with Davis Mills or Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah. Or
Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers. We don't know what's going to happen.
Maybe
no vet wants to touch that team.
You never know.
Devonta Adams and Aaron Rodgers just roll into Houston.
Carr can find his way there, avenge his brother's time in Houston. I'm giving it a C+ because part of that is the nostalgia. I like Lovie Smith.
He's got the experience. That's
because he's 80 years old.
But here's the thing.
60 something.
Here's the thing. He's 66, I think.
Yeah,
he's almost 80,
and he's got the Santa beard. It's kind of a wild look for him. But here's the thing, right? They finished 4-13, and there was the Chargers game was a big win they had. I believe they had a big win against the Bills, right?
No, that was the Jets that beat the Bills. That was the Jaguars that beat the Bills.
The Texans beat a couple teams they had no business beating.
They did.
And it was in a large part to their defense. The Texans' defense is okay. It's not great. Lovie Smith, I think, did a good job working with one of the least talented rosters. And
the real question is, do you keep Pep Hamilton?
Maybe you just go, hey, Pep, is he he's the quarterback's coach there, I thought.
I think he's the offense coordinator.
Well, maybe there's nowhere else for him to go. So I guess you can. Your job's easy now because all the head coaching vacancies are filled. So best case scenario, he becomes an OC somewhere else.
Yeah,
you could probably keep Pep Hamilton there. I think that'd be a good thing, especially for Davis Mills.
Yeah.
Lovie Smith isn't a great hire, but considering the position in the team that he's coaching, the organization itself gets an F just on how it's run. And I'm not gonna. They weren't going to get any better than Lovie Smith.
I think they could have gotten better than Lovie Smith.
I don't think
because
so.
I think anything would have been better than Lovie Smith. I wish Lovie Smith was state defensive coordinator because Lovie Smith is going to develop this defensive talent. He went to U of I and could not find a team good enough to even win some games, and that's what he's going to have to do.
Whoa.
Because
come on, U of I versus Ohio State.
I'm not saying against Ohio
There's
State.
no recruiting power.
But I'm saying he couldn't recruit anyone being a NFL coach, which, your fastest pipeline to being drafted by a team is getting somebody who says this guy is NFL worthy. So if you're an NFL coach who is on one of the better franchises, more noticeable or well-known franchises, you couldn't do that in college. Now you're not going to draft anyone because no one really has got great in the draft that's going to help your offense. So now you're having to get people to come to your team through free agency.
I will say, wide receiver is there's a lot of good wide receivers.
Well, that's every year in the draft, though. Wide receiver is the deepest position in football.
The only way the Texans get better is by drawing people through free agency for this year. I don't think they're going to be good regardless of who they bring to their team. It doesn't matter who. But Lovie Smith's not your guy. Lovie Smith might make it a year, and they're going to have the same problem in a year from now.
Exactly.
Where it's like, so they get an F because it's like, we could have just left Lovie Smith the defensive coordinator, and then he could have just retired in peace.
David Culley. No,
he could have just retired in peace.
Here's the problem is that because of the Texans firing David Culley after 1 year, I don't think anyone who's like, this is my chance to become a head coach is going, my chance lies in Houston.
Rich Pisaccio should have went there after not getting the job in Vegas.
No.
He's smart to go to Green Bay, dude.
Yeah,
he's smart to go.
I know. I'm just saying he could have been a head coach.
No, I'm sure he could have.
And Green Bay would have paid any amount of money to have a competent special teams coordinator. Their special teams play was god fucking awful.
It was
whole
terrible.
Year. And
Rich
Pisaccio will fix that.
It's all you got to win at all three phases, and Green Bay taught us you really do need to win at all three phases. I don't think anyone was gonna take the Houston's job, and so Lovie Smith was just like, yeah, you know what, sure. I'm convinced Lovie Smith went to the interview and was like, listen, guys, no one even showed up for your interviews. They all bailed on you.
I've been sitting in my office for the past week and a half, and no one has come through this door.
Yeah, my office is the first one. It's the first one next to the door to come into the building. I haven't seen the door open since the season ended.
Matt Schwab showed up, and I know that was just a joke.
Yeah. It gets a C+ from me.
Yeah.
It gets a C+.
It's more of an F. It's not Lovie Smith. Like Lovie Smith, I think he's done as a head coach. It's not like he's going to revitalize his career by going to Houston. But it's just like Texas organization as a whole has had an F for the past 3 years or since whenever. Since the dawn of time.
Since the whole Deshaun Watson thing.
Well, I mean, they didn't get an F- because Urban Meyer.
Urban
Meyer. If you could go negative,
that was a whole new scale.
If they would have hired Urban Meyer, instant A. Because just more chaos.
And also, I don't understand, why do people read his book?
Urban Meyer's book?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't read his book.
Well,
Bro, I don't even read.
Because they want to get girls at bars. And that's what Urban Meyer does.
To get girls at college bars.
The new boss at my work has the book in the office. Like, he's some type of god.
You should probably quit your job.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
bro, you should report him to the police. He's probably groping females at bars.
I'm just like, this is the guy. This is the guy that you worship to like, you're a testament to managing people. Like, this guy's fucking over here in Columbus, like, just doing whatever he wants while his team's losing. Like,
he's groping girls at the bar.
Exactly.
You see where your new manager's priorities lie.
Exactly.
Just walk in. What are we doing here?
What are we doing? What is? What's that? Why are we doing this? Okay. Well,
Yeah, just had to bring that up, man.
Yeah, Bobby, thanks for getting us.
That threw me for a loop when I saw that book in there, man. I'm just like, what is this guy doing?
You know what? Since we mentioned Urban Meyer, we might as well go to his former team here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, we'll jump right to it.
The Jacksonville Jaguars did announce their hiring. Doug Peterson going to Jacksonville.
Yep. Ex-Philly head coach. Won a Super Bowl. I'm going to give this an A just because you got a competent guy to come in and do your job. Urban Meyer was just a complete...
He was not that guy.
Yeah, he was just a complete idiot, waste of time, completely screwed up the whole season for you. So you bring in this guy who has experience, has the success. So I give it an A that you got someone who's been in this situation before and can turn it around.
I think you gotta. I gave it a B+. I thought it was a good hire, especially he's got experience developing a quarterback. Granted, Carson Wentz, whatever happened to him, like he fell off. He just fell off hard. His development seemed like he was on track for superstardom, and it just
injuries.
He tore his ACL in 2017, and then he lived in Nick Foles' shadow until he went to.
Yeah.
And honestly, people he's still living in Nick Foles' shadow. The statue outside of that stadium is not of Carson Wentz. That's all I'll say.
It is not.
Doug Peterson, listen, he's got a statue commemorated to him.
Yeah,
okay, so
that doesn't mean
he gets a B+ because
So Nick Foles, B+ signing by the Bears, clearly, because he has a statue.
No.
Has to be a B+.
No, but the reason I give it the B+ is because he did have success in Philadelphia. Everything seemed to fall apart that last year. But a huge part of that is because his relationship with the GM turned really toxic. They were like out to get each other. So his worst year in Philadelphia was ultimately like him sticking it to his boss.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to knock him for having a bad season because it seemed like it was almost 100% like self-inflicted. But I guess that's something to say about his coaching style. Is that the attitude you want as your head coach? Yeah. But he's had success, won a Super Bowl. I think he'll be a good guy to bring in for Trevor Lawrence. And plus, first overall pick, and you went and got a solid coach with a good experience and decent success.
Who's not going to kick your kicker?
Not going to kick your kicker. Probably isn't groping college students at a bar. So
yeah, probably anymore. He's kind of old.
I mean, all in all, I'm going to give it a B+. For me, get an A, like, has to be dynamite. I don't think I gave any coach hiring.
Well,
I think you did.
Mine was based off the previous signing. Like, compared to Urban Meyer, this guy is a superstar.
Compared to a year ago, boom, A++. I am C+ to B- range for the simple fact of I don't know between him and the GM with problems in Philadelphia who was responsible for the wide receivers they ended up putting on that team. Because that was atrocious. Those wide receivers that are out there.
Nelson Aguilar.
And if Trevor Lawrence is going to be throwing to guys who can't catch balls when they're wide open and hitting in their hands, that's going to ruin Trevor Lawrence. And not to say anything about like the Jaguars are like dead set on Trevor Lawrence being their guy, but
they probably are.
If it doesn't work with Trevor Lawrence, like, what do you like?
What's next?
What talent is going to come in the next 10, 15 years right now? Like, you have no idea if there's going to be another guy who's that skilled.
Blake Bortles coming back. Yeah. Blasting Sig. Sorry. He's gonna come back.
Listen, don't rip Blake, okay?
Yeah. So I'm in the
I like
C+ B- area.
That's fair enough. I will say I'm pretty sure that Doug Peterson was responsible for getting what's his face, Alshon Jeffrey to come to Philly. Then they won the Super Bowl, and I think the problem was that the GM was like power hungry and was like super controlling of the roster and the coaching staff.
I think so too, because
I'm pretty sure it was the GM who was more responsible for player acquisition.
Because they got rid of Trey Burton right after that, and I thought Trey Burton was a pretty good piece to that team.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then he came in,
he went to the Bears. He threw a touchdown pass to.
Listen, I liked Trey Burton on the Bears all the way up until the playoff game. He was like, I have to sit out, psychological stuff. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Not to sound insensitive, but it was just like totally botched. I don't know if they miscommunicated why Trey Burton was sitting out the wild card game against the Eagles, his former team. But to me, it seemed a little sus that this man who played every game all year was like, sorry, I can't play in the wild.
Dislocated hip. Someone's like, psychological.
It wasn't even an injury. He just like said he wasn't mentally prepared to play. And I was like, what is this? I was like, what is this? But I was not happy about that.
For the Doug Peterson thing, I think it was early in his career. He was fine with being told what to do. And I think as time progressed, I think he's proven that he's a good head coach. And then, I think he just got sick of being told what to do. And
I think he won a Super Bowl, thought it was going to be like the see guys, you could trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then when the GM was like, no, I don't trust you, Doug. I don't trust you at all. That's when I think it went downhill. He wanted to have more say and be more involved in Howie Roseman, right? That's his name, the GM.
Yeah, I believe so.
He's just kind of an idiot. I think they fired Doug Peterson kind of for no reason. But, it is what it is. It's all in the past now. He's moving on to Jacksonville. I think it's a pretty solid hire. Not much else I could say about that.
Yep.
So,
but we'll move into the NFC. What is that?
South?
South, yeah. There we go. I was thinking East for some reason.
You can't get much more south than this team.
Yeah,
like
true.
they're pretty much these.
Did you guys figure it out yet? It's the Saints.
It's the Saints.
It's the New Orleans
We
Saints.
covered the other 3 teams that are
I
in
know.
that region of the world.
So we're talking about the New Orleans Saints now. They promoted Dennis Allen, defensive coordinator. I'm going to put the Saints head coaching position number 2 on my least favorable coaching spots.
Yeah, I 100%
This team
agree.
is, first off, I think they're like $50 million over the cap.
71 million over the cap.
I was being generous with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
50, 71 million over the cap. You don't have a quarterback. Your best player is looking at federal charges for assault and battery.
Michael Thomas hasn't played in the last 2 years.
Have you seen the video with Michael Thomas? It's a TikTok.
Yeah,
It's like Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Where it's like your coach, like Sean Payton, stepping down, and then it's
You're selling the house.
your best player is possibly in jail. It's like, and you're selling the boat.
Dude, they are the rise and fall of the NFL.
Taysom
man.
Hill is your only quarterback. What the fuck is going on?
This is not an ideal situation to be in. The only reason I don't think it's worse than the Texans is because it's the Saints, and like there's some like, you know, history associated with them, whereas the Texans are just a joke.
Well, Winston is still under contract for another year, I believe.
I think it's a player / team option, so I don't think it's like set.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
Either way, 71 million over the cap is 71 million over the cap. I don't care how you try and spin it. We're talking about, you know, there goes your best edge rusher. There goes your best wide receiver. There goes your best at every position, basically.
Marcus Williams, your star safety.
71 million. I mean, that's ultimately going to be, that's what? 4 contracts that you have to find a way to free up. 4 contracts.
Some teams say
Possibly
we'll take
Possibly.
Michael Thomas. We'll take Michael Thomas.
I don't know. What's the dude's issue?
I don't think anyone wants to take Michael Thomas.
I don't know. He's gonna catch as many passes as Al Robinson did this year, probably.
Yeah, but are
He
we
caught
really
like 17.
but we're probably gonna pay like way more than
I would
franchise tag
I would prefer any other wide receiver
than Michael Thomas.
Than Michael Thomas at that level.
I would rather bring back Allen Robinson.
Exactly.
Me too. I love Allen Robinson. I think he's great.
No, man. We
Good
want
riddance to A-Rob, all right?
Whoa.
No.
Yeah.
He needs to go and find a team where he will get his suit. I like Allen Robinson.
we have our
but
sights
this,
on higher prizes. Devonta Adams, please
Chris
come
Godwin.
to Chicago.
We
want Devonta Adams.
It's just Allen Robinson.
We're not talking about the Bears.
We're talking about the Saints.
Yeah.
71 million to 71 million. You're talking about like set up to fail. So you're looking 4 to 5 big contracts need to go. I mean, if it's 4 contracts, they're each going to be at like $16 million, possibly even more than that, 17 to 18 million dollars to 18 million exactly if you cut 4 contracts.
If you know what, if he's
I wanted to get the math right.
if he's a smart guy, Taysom Hill is gone. He is gone.
Taysom Hill's gone.
Goodbye. And
Cut.
and I don't know. After that, dude, it's,
Cameron Jordan, cut. I mean, you have to cut everyone.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to... You're just screwed.
The only bad thing is like with Tom Brady retiring in that division, it's like they still have a chance. Like
They still have a chance.
their defense was so good last year.
Dude,
They're shut down Tom Brady
until
twice.
they have to cut all these guys.
Yeah.
or they
So just
can't
cut the
resign.
offense.
I'm telling you,
Cut the offense, leave Taysom Hill out there by
Matt-
himself.
Trevor
Matt Ryan.
Simeon. Trevor Simeon, man.
He all he has to do is score 1 point, and they beat the Bucks in the last.
Yeah, that's
in the last
true.
time they played him. Taysom Hill has to get you 1 point. That's
Yeah.
all he has to do.
They're gonna have to tear it all down, and I think this is why Sean Payton left. Sean Payton's probably like, "Ooh, good luck."
Well,
to
no, that's
you
why
guys."
I give this a B for that reason. Drew Brees left last year. Sean Payton's leaving this year. They need some kind of consistency where, like, for the guys that are going to end up staying, it's like we need someone who likes the culture of the team, knows kind of where we're all coming from, and just kind of
I don't know, man.
can try to keep what was going, even though this is going to be a complete just fire sale of all the big
Yeah.
contracts.
I gave it a C minus. They had a great defense, but they're in rebuild mode. I'm
giving it a B minus. Right. I like Dennis Allen. Clearly, he's good with the defense. I think, given the circumstance and situation the team finds itself in, if you're going to go into a rebuild, go into it with one of your guys who knows the culture, knows what you're trying to maintain. You know, the goal is to try and stay close to the Sean Payton success, which means culture, locker room presence. You want to try and keep that stuff as similar as you can. You do have to tear it all down, though. So staying in-house, there's probably an understanding with Dennis Allen. Like, listen, we're going to probably struggle a little bit. But you're keeping something the same. You know, you're not going just complete tear down rebuild of it all. You're going to hope that he could still have decent success with the defense, regardless of what it looks like next year. So he's got a good track record as the defensive coordinator. So I'm not really going to knock them for promoting him.
The Saints really always had a good D.
Yeah, they've had a good one since what's his face? Rex Ryan's brother left.
Rob Ryan.
Was it Rob Ryan?
I think so.
I think it was Rob Ryan. When he left is when the Saints defense got better.
And then after Bounty Gate.
Well, that was before Rob Ryan.
Well, Dennis Allen has been with Sean Payton for 12 out of his 16 years. There.
Yeah, I know, but this is a dude who was like promoted through.
Yeah.
Because the Dennis Allen thing, I think this is the right move.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I think it was the right decision to make. It's not flashy, and the team's going to probably struggle, but, you know, I got nothing against it.
There's no point taking a risk on, like, getting a guy like Brian Daboll, other guys that are out there, Josh McDaniels, and all these guys, because, like, our team is already going to have a problem to begin with, and now we're going to put in a coach who is going to come from nowhere and try to put his own things in. So it's like,
but Lovie Smith in Houston's not the same logic, huh?
Exactly, yeah.
No, because Lovie Smith's older and the team's a dumpster fire anyway. That's nowhere close to the same.
The logic is still the.
All I have to say is the Atlanta Falcons are winning the NFC South this year, boys.
No, they're not.
I don't know. I think the Bucs are still going to be solid.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know, man. You don't know.
Kyle Trask, man.
If the Saints sell off, then the Bucs have a good chance. If the Saints can somehow work their magic on this money stuff, and they have a chance.
All they got to do is address some offensive problems. Boom. Atlanta Falcons front running.
This team's going to have no offense.
But
you're talking about the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Falcons.
No, they have to address the defense, man.
The Falcons have the best quarterback in the division now, hands down.
Yeah, that's true.
Until his arm falls off from throwing the ball every time.
All right. More likely till he breaks his leg from getting hit every play because the offensive line's garbage. But
it always has been. But you know,
hey, if they stop games at halftime, they're like a 900% win team.
To the people watching at home or listening, Bobby's basically telling you to put it all on the Falcons winning the NFC South next year.
Yes. What have we learned from Bobby's bets? Fade Bobby.
I'm gonna put something on it. If they have the lowest odds to do it, I'm putting it on.
Exactly. That would be a smart move.
$200 on plus 250,000. Come on, you can't beat that.
You can't. And I mean.
Yes, you can.
The
Texans to win the Super Bowl, $5 probably wouldn't be more money than that.
Hey,
now we're talking.
And who would have thought if you put money on the Bengals to win the Super Bowl, everyone would have told you were crazy. But look it,
they're not as crazy as the Falcons
winning the division. All right, we're
winning the division. I never said the Super Bowl.
I think.
Come on, let's look at the teams. Saints, we're talking about them.
Yeah, 71 million over the cap. They're gonna have to cut a lot of people.
The Buccaneers. No Tom Brady. Is Kyle Trask the answer? Do they have a quarterback? I don't know. What do they have?
Will Chris Godwin come back?
Will Chris Godwin come back?
Because it's not.
Sounds like the end of a TV show.
Probably leaving.
It doesn't seem like it's a destination to go to the Super Bowl. So, do any of these veteran people want to leave? Are they going to stay there? Are they going to waste another year?
Carolina. That story writes itself.
Christian McCaffrey is a dog.
Yeah, a dog who's injured.
Yeah,
for 12 weeks of the season. And then you have the Atlanta Falcons with or without Calvin Ridley. We will find out.
Yeah, we will find out.
But at the end of the day, this might become the new NFC East.
Because they have to pick up his 5th year, right?
I have no idea.
I believe
I have not looked at
Do they still have that Michael Vick guy?
No,
they don't. They're not going to win the division. Shut up.
They have Matt Ryan, all right?
Yeah. They went to a Super Bowl with Matt Ryan. More than they ever did with
28-3. 28-3.
I don't want to. That's not the point.
Tom Brady's gone.
Tom
Brady's gone. All right?
Tom Brady is one of the
28-3. I hear you. But at the exact same time, the defense 28-3, bro. Like, come on. All right. I'm just saying.
All right, mic drop. Kyle Pitts. Boom. Over. Can you match up?
Yeah, Mr. No touchdowns on U.S. soil. Okay.
He had a good year, man. Like one of the best rookie tight end dudes.
Yeah, he had a great year with that
one
touchdown he got.
You know, had more touchdowns than Pat Fryermuth. Stud.
I like Pat Fryermuth.
Yeah, bro, better than Kyle Pitts.
I'm just saying, one touchdown, and it didn't even happen in the U.S.
Yeah. Air's thinner over there. It's easier to get touchdowns. That's proven fact.
That's true. That is true.
They're closer to the sea.
Yeah, I don't think that's really true.
You got a point. Some of the atmospheric pressure. Get the barometer. Let's go.
Get the weather balloon. All
right, guys. We're gonna go to the UK. We'll come back next week. No. Let's move on from this AFC South conversation. Let's move into the NFC North with the Minnesota Vikings. Not official. Pen has not been put to paper yet, but they are looking at Kevin O'Connell, offensive coordinator from the Rams.
Yes.
He's going to be moving over, becoming the head coach. A similar thing to Mike McDaniel. Is it McDaniel or McDaniels? McDaniels. Similar thing. Offensive coordinator who doesn't have the play calling experience.
But he's been under McVay.
He's been under McVay for a while.
Under Vay. What are you guys buddies? Hey, he's been under my buddy Vay.
Yeah, Vay.
Yeah, we call him Vay.
Yeah.
It's McVay, short for McVay.
Sean Vay.
He's just gonna go out there and just win a Super Bowl. Yeah, we'll call him Vay. Yeah.
Do you know that he won Georgia Player of the Year over Calvin Johnson his senior year of high school? Sean McVay.
I did not know that.
Good for him.
What did he play?
Quarterback.
Okay, yeah.
1,000 rushing yards, 1,000 passing yards. Calvin Johnson had like 14 touchdowns for like 1,000 yards.
Wow.
Lost to Sean McVay.
Good for you, Sean McVay. Claim to fame right there.
Yeah.
No, the Kevin O'Connell thing, I don't know. I don't really have much to say about it. I don't know much.
I give it a B+.
I give it a B.
I give it a B pretty much because of the coaching tree he comes from.
Yeah. It seems like they've all had success.
Yeah. I think the key to success with Kevin O'Connell, I think he needs to take out of the Zach Taylor experience and be more of a coach than a play caller. I think Zach Taylor, he was the offensive coordinator in what's it called?
Yes.
Vegas, or not Vegas, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
He was the offensive coordinator for the Rams. I think he kind of knew he wasn't going to be a stud play caller.
Yeah.
And so he decided that the best thing he could do is just be a head coach and get the staff put together. I think Kevin O'Connell is probably going to, I would advise him, being the expert I am, that he should take a page out of that book and do something similar. Give it a chance calling plays. I just don't know how good he's going to do.
Yeah. I just like the Cooper Kupp was a stud. And yeah, they can do play calling and stuff, but your offensive coordinator still, has some say in how good your top wide receiver is going to be.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not saying.
So now you got Justin Jefferson. If he can develop Justin Jefferson into a Cooper Kupp-like talent, but with,
I think he's already there, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Have the kind
Justin
of
Jefferson
production.
Needs more experience, and he might be able to change the scheme of short passes work to a guy with that much athleticism. So now, if Justin Jefferson can get open on these short passes, he might also be able to open up for deep routes. Can Kirk Cousins throw the ball? That's probably not going to happen. But
okay, let's stop the Captain Kirk slander needs to end. All right,
I'm not saying that he's bad.
I'm saying a great season, 4,000 passing yards, like 38 touchdowns, and I'm pretty sure only like 8 interceptions.
I'm saying this man cannot vomit down the field.
All I'm saying,
I'm done with the no. I'm done with the slander.
He's not worth $40 million.
No, he's not. I'm not saying he's worth. But we're all talking like Kirk Cousins is freaking Baker Mayfield. Baker was injured, by the way, guys.
Now you're slamming on Baker, and then you say he's injured.
No, we're acting like Kirk Cousins is Daniel Jones.
I don't think I ever said that.
Why are you hitting on? Why are you slamming Danny Dimes like that?
What has Danny Dimes done? Tell me.
Amazing, the ball like 30 times.
Rushing? I don't know.
That's crazy. He's the quarterback.
Hey, Josh Allen's a quarterback. He's an amazing rusher too.
But he throws it. He can throw.
I never said anything bad about Kirk Cousins. I was just saying.
You said he couldn't get Jay Jettas the ball.
Yeah, no, the deep ball.
Kirk Cousins has got an arm. Listen, I'm done with the Kirk slander. All right, it's not allowed in this garage, guys.
I don't know. Did you see him during the drills at Pro Day or at the Pro Bowl?
Who?
Kirk.
No, I don't watch anything Pro Bowl related, dude. It's a joke.
Then why do you have written right here? The skills competition was decent.
I saw some of the highlights.
Yeah. Well,
and who wasn't in those highlights? Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
There were a lot of guys not in the highlights.
That's right.
Listen, we're gonna take the
drill
Pro
was
Bowl
called.
skills competition and just go, this is why Kirk sucks. But we're not gonna talk about his 4,000 plus passing yards, high 37, 38 touchdowns, and less than 10 interceptions on the year. We're not gonna
He plays the Lions twice a year.
I don't care. That doesn't matter. He plays
No,
the
it
Packers twice a year. He plays the Bears twice a
It's
year.
trash too.
All right. Justin Fields or Kirk Cousins?
Justin Fields. What is wrong?
Are we going like off of like right now?
Yeah, right now.
Right now, Kirk Cousins is going to win you more games.
I don't know if that was the question. Bobby just said Kirk Cousins or Justin Fields.
Yeah, like
right now, who would you want on your team?
Yeah, who would you want on your team?
Well, if I'm looking for immediate success, like win right now, Kirk Cousins.
I'd pick Justin Fields.
I would pick Justin Fields.
Sure, guys. 7 touchdowns to like 23 turnovers. That's good.
Matt Nagy didn't let him throw the ball more than 8 yards down the field.
That is so not true. He had the highest rate of 20 plus yard passes, attempts and completions. He's good. I'm just saying, Kirk Cousins threw 38 touchdowns to like 8 interceptions, 4K passing yards. Why are we even talking like his season was bad? If I needed to have a winning season next year,
this man just needs to buy a Kirk Cousins jersey.
I like Kirk Cousins. I'm just saying, if I needed to have
move to Minnesota then.
if I needed to have a winning season next year, who am I more confident in being a winning quarterback?
Trey Lance.
Second year quarterback Justin Fields, who looked pretty average his rookie year, or Kirk Cousins, who I know is good at playing the quarterback position.
You also have to pay him $40 million.
Well, that was.
You also have to pay him $40 million.
My point is, I need to win if I have to win next year. If it's like you get one season to have a winning season, who's your quarterback, Kirk Cousins or Justin Fields? As it stands, it's nothing against Justin Fields. I just know what I'm getting with Kirk Cousins, and that's a dude who's gotten his team to the playoffs multiple times, who's won playoff games. Like we're slamming Kirk Cousins like
I didn't slam him. You're the one who's going, you're slamming the slander of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
I just said
Kirk
he
Cousins
might not be able to consistently throw the deep ball a year from now. I didn't say he couldn't do it this year.
God, all right?
No,
Don't ever slam him, all right?
You guys.
Now that Tom Brady's out of the league, best quarterback in the league, clearly.
I'm just sick of
38 touchdowns, only 7 or not 8
I'm
interceptions.
just sick of the disrespect Kirk Cousins is getting around the NFL. All right.
I said one sentence.
There
I
are
didn't say
several,
this boy is
there
a
are
trash
several
can.
QBs that are far worse than he is.
Yeah, I know there are.
Kirk Cousins is top 10, bro.
Yeah, I'd say so.
He's not. Name 10 QBs better than Kirk Cousins right now.
All right, well, Tom Brady.
No.
Aaron
Active
Rodgers.
quarterbacks. Active quarterbacks.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
well, Tom Brady's out. All right, Aaron Rodgers.
Dude, you got one.
You can't even get
Justin
a second.
Herbert, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Derek Carr.
See, now we're already getting controversial here.
What?
Derek Carr is top 6 and Kirk Cousins is in top 10. What the hell are you even on right now?
I put him like 9 or 10.
He's top 10, no doubt. So we're at
I don't
Derek
know if
Carr.
he's top 10.
You're at Derek Carr.
We're at Derek Carr. Matt Stafford, Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson.
You're
think
missing a big name here.
Who?
Joe Shiesty.
Oh yeah, Joe Shiesty. He was my quarterback in fantasy.
Didn't
Way
even
better
know who
than
he
him.
is apparently.
Yeah, I think.
I think you're still at 9.
I'm at 9.
I don't think you got to 10 yet.
Who's my last one? We'll throw in John Blank here.
Yeah, because there isn't one.
I'm missing a name, man. I'm missing a name. There's someone better.
Is there?
Fine, he's 10. Fine, I'll put him at 10.
I put him at 9. I put him ahead of Derek
Yeah,
Carr.
we got
Everyone else that you listed, I'd put him.
You got Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes.
Justin Herbert.
Oh, Lamar Jackson's better than
Yeah,
Kirk Cousins. But I think Kirk Cousins is better than Derek Carr. So
Yeah, The Derek Carr one, you lost me, Bob. You were. I was agreeing with you up until you said Derek Carr. They're the same freaking guy, man. Except Kirk Cousins has better stats. Like, they're the same quarterback.
But all right, I'm naming them off.
Derek Carr had all his receivers all year. Because people don't drink and drive in Minnesota.
I'm just saying.
and hurt people.
The disrespect needs to stop.
I don't think I disrespected him. I just
it's a generate. I'm speaking to everyone.
Thank you.
All right, so
coming at me pretty hard.
You just got me.
I said it.
The point is, Kevin O'Connell, be more of a Zach Taylor style coach where you just run the team, coach the team.
Yes.
He'll be fine.
Scheme, don't play call.
Scheme, don't play call.
Yep.
There we go.
All right, we'll move to the Denver Broncos. Hire Nathaniel Hackett, Packers offensive coordinator. Again, another guy that does not call plays. So,
C-, but with the most potential to possibly be A+.
Oh, yeah, because Aaron Rodgers can find himself in Denver.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's exactly
It is a C- until Aaron Rodgers joins the team. That is an A+.
This is a pretty, mess signing to me. Once again, the challenge is he doesn't call plays. And I think that's an important part because that tells you more about how a guy sees the game and plans the game and everything. Now, it's not the end all be all of your success as a coach, but it's something that I would like to see happening. So I know this guy has succeeded in the different levels of coaching. And a lot of times with offensive coaches specifically, they come in, they want to call the plays. That's their thing. I was an offensive coordinator. And now as more and more head coaches call plays, more and more offensive coordinators want to show that they can call plays.
Yeah.
And it's just since this evolution of who calls plays and everything has changed in the NFL and become more prominent with the head coach running things, coordinators, their ego kind of gets the better of them sometimes. It's almost weird to talk about a coach like Zach Taylor who doesn't call the plays on any side of the ball. He just coaches the team.
Yeah.
And people talk about that it's like a sign of weakness as a head coach. That used to be what the head coach does.
He was on the Jaguars staff when they won or made it to the AFC Championship.
Cool.
Well, yeah. Well, Blake Bortles is the reason they got. No, I'm kidding. That defense was the reason they got there. All right.
So I don't know.
But Blake Bortles is not the reason they lost that game.
That is not the reason they lost that game.
It was a bad call by a ref. Miles Jack should have had a scoop and score.
I give it a D. Aaron Rodgers comes there, A+++.
Oh yeah, you get Aaron Rodgers and Devonta Adams to both go there, bro. Okay, A+.
Yeah.
But then again, how much of that's Nathaniel Hackett having to be a good coach if you can just bring two of the best in the league?
Again.
But how much of Matt LaFleur's success is Aaron Rodgers and Devonta Adams? There we go. Yeah.
I've already told you I give Matt LaFleur 3 years without Aaron Rodgers before he's out of the league.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be my next hot take when we start that.
That's years long hot take.
Yeah, I know, but it'll happen. It'll happen.
Long burn.
This is kind of not much else to say about this.
Yeah,
it's not flashy. It doesn't jump out to me.
It is hoping that you get Aaron Rodgers out of this.
This is pretty much like either lure Rodgers or Devonta Adams or both, and we're solid.
Yeah. Or if they don't get either of them, because they could have got the Ravens.
Well, it's a trade. You'd have to trade for Rodgers. We have to remember. You'd have to trade. Devonta Adams is a free agent. Chances are you have to get Rodgers in order to get Devonta Adams.
Yeah.
Or you get Adams and then put even more pressure on.
And then maybe
because Aaron Rodgers might be like, "Hey, I'm not playing for the Packers."
Yeah.
Or who do you want to be traded to that we can
take
trade
the trade
to?
power away? But it's a weird situation. It all depends on what your offseason looks like.
Yeah.
It's a meh. It's an average signing to me.
Yeah.
Nothing exciting about it.
All right. Las Vegas Raiders hire Josh McDaniels, Patriots offensive coordinator. I give this a big fat F for the simple reason they did my boy Rich Bisaccia dirty. He should have got that job.
You're grading with your heart, not your mind. It's not an F. Come on.
I gave it a D.
He led that team that was in shambles to a playoff run. All right.
I give it a D. I thought Rich Bisaccia should have been the coach. I'm not giving it a D because of that. I firmly believe Josh McDaniels is ass. All right. I think he's just not good. I'm not forgiving him for his season and a half in Denver because it was an absolute debacle. And the weird thing he did with Indianapolis a few years ago. Honestly, I just don't think Josh McDaniels is that good. And having no Tom Brady and Mac Jones this year, I think kind of rose his stock a little bit because you got to see what he was able to do with a rookie quarterback without Tom Brady. However, I still think he's just not. I don't think he's head coach material. I'm not convinced that the Raiders are going to see any more success than they would have seen with Rich Bisaccia or the John Gruden success that they had. Hell, even the Jack Del Rio stuff. It's just I don't think it's that impressive of a signing. I'm shocked he took the job.
Yeah.
But then again, it's I think this is the team that's most set up to win now.
Well, that's my thing is you're going from the Patriots, which you have to give him credit for how well he developed Mac Jones for the first year. And now you're going to Derek Carr, which skill set wise, they're very similar quarterbacks, Mac Jones and Derek Carr, except Derek Carr has been in the league longer and is better.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs being your running back is a heck of a lot better than the random scrubs you were throwing out there for most of the season in New England.
Yeah.
So you're improving there. Wide receivers, you're about the same because you had no names there. Now you have Darren Waller and a bunch of no-name receivers and Hunter Renfrow. So
you're Pro Bowler
everywhere.
Renfrow.
Yeah, Pro Bowler.
No, exactly. It's the most set up to win.
You're moving up, so it's like a good hiring. I would have rather had Rich Bisaccia too, and maybe have just McDaniels be your offensive coordinator again. But again, doesn't call plays. I think he has a better chance of being successful.
Yeah, I'm just not convinced on Josh McDaniels on this one. But because he's going to, I think, an ideal team to like become a head coach, it's probably going to work out better than some of these other ones just because of the personnel and the talent on the team. Still, I'm not a fan of his. I'm just not. So let's talk about the New York Giants. Danny Dimes.
Going
to Washington.
No, he's not. They're rolling with him.
No, they're going to Washington.
They're rolling with him.
Commanders.
The Commanders.
Nope. I'm telling you. We could have talked about that this week too.
Yeah, we could.
I'm telling you though. Here's what's gonna happen in New York, right?
Well, Brian Dable.
Oh yes, Brian Dable. Brian Dable leaves the Bills.
A+.
I gave this an A. My only reservation is you're going to have a better talent at the running back position, so hopefully you can build an actual running game. Yeah. Here's the thing. Daniel Jones, scrub, ass, joke. Not a good quarterback. Is not a starting quarterback. He's not good.
And he praises Kirk Cousins.
Dude, don't make me. I'll get the numbers. I'll pull them.
Let's just one time where Daniel Jones is successful for 3 weeks, let alone a whole
another
season.
shot, man.
How many shots does he get?
You have Joe Judge calling two QB sneaks on like the 2-yard line. Yeah,
first off, Jake Fromm was the quarterback for that play.
I know,
okay?
But that just shows his competency. He is now
Daniel Jones.
He's now an assistant coach.
Kirk Cousins would not fall down 9 yards away from the end zone when he just ran the ball for 90 yards. He'd be able to run the ball.
Daniel Jones is he's good at running the ball. I'll give him.
But
that.
Is he? He fumbles the ball a lot.
He fumbles all the time.
He could run well. He doesn't hold on well.
He fumbles all the time.
Listen.
No, just tell me.
Give him 1 year with Brian Dable.
I like Nick's question to you. Give 1 point in his 4 years he's been in the league now?
Yeah.
4 years. At what point did he ever have a successful 3 weeks? 3 straight weeks.
His first 3 weeks this year, he had a great stretch. He was like number 1 in fantasy points. He was
no. I'm not. What did the team was the team good?
Joe Judge was his dude. He's had. I believe he's had 4 different offensive coordinators all year. So
listen, Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is not good.
He's not that guy.
He's not that guy.
Listen,
Daniel Jones is not that guy. Give him what? What did you need to give him a contract extension?
Give him consistency. Give him a good offensive coordinator.
I would take out this year from him, but he was hurt for most of the year too, so it doesn't help. But
because the offensive line is getting slammed every second.
Yeah, your wide receivers just constantly got hurt.
Daniel Jones is not that guy. It's just he's not.
If he played this whole year, I would give him a pass for this year and be like, let's see if he has one more year because those wide receivers were never healthy. Saquon Barkley is never healthy.
Daniel Jones would be best served going to somewhere else and being a backup for a year and then taking another shot anywhere but New York.
Pittsburgh.
But
behind Dwayne Money has
his time in New York is over. Like it's over, whether we agree with it or not.
No, Mitch is going to go.
That's Mitch.
Yeah.
Money Mitch.
He's gonna follow Brian Dable.
All right, hey. At the end of the year, when Daniel Jones has a good season and did not leave the
what
Giants,
classifies as good? Let's establish
like
this.
average, like average.
So like what? Give us a touchdown number.
Top 15
like
quarterback.
Like not a top 15. Like we'll just say like 3,000.
You can only name 10 quarterbacks.
Like,
He's got to be in the next 5.
In the 20s of passing touchdowns. You know, has a decent success. You will be taking me to a Bears game.
Whoa! And you're buying me Super Bowl tickets when these sucks. How's that?
No, I'll take you to a Bears game.
They're not. It's not going to be good, man. Listen, Daniel Jones is not going to be good. I'll do that. All
right.
I mean, we got to go a whole season, so this bet wouldn't be paid for 2 years.
Yeah, it won't be paid for 2 years. But
I'll do it. I'm in. I'm in on that.
We're going like early Bears game though, because the cold is just not worth it, man. It's too cold.
Sure.
Like,
Point is, Danny Dimes, not the guy. Brian Dable, though, I'm excited for what he's going to do. Clearly built a really good offense around Josh Allen.
That Bills offense is just electric, man. What he was able to do in that playoffs.
Yeah. The thing is, you're not getting as physical of a quarterback in Daniel Jones. He's more petite. I don't know if he's more petite. He's strong. He's smaller. You know, listen, Josh Allen.
You could have used any number of 30 words
I know
to describe undersized compared to Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Petite.
Josh Allen is a man. All right, he's a dog.
Okay? Daniel Jones is a boy.
Daniel Jones is a peewee football quarterback compared to Josh Allen.
Fair comparison. I mean, like, it makes sense. Yeah, I will say that.
You know, I got nothing against Danny Dimes. He was out there playing flip cup with Eli in New York his rookie year. He was living it up, but he's not a good quarterback.
No.
He's just
the only thing I really like about this signing, and the thing I need to bring up, which could slightly be controversial, the Rooney Rule thing, stupid. I think the Giants wanted Brian. I think the Giants wanted Brian Dable. Period. As soon as the season ended,
yes.
They're like, "This is what we want." So to literally make the Giants didn't force Brian Flores to go to New York for this interview. The NFL did because they're like, "No, you."
I agree. I agree with you.
So I think Brian Flores deserves to have a head coaching job. I mean, before he said all this stuff, because now you're like, "Do I want to bring him into my organization?"
Bro, he's Kaepernicking himself with this one.
So get rid of the Rooney Rule where he doesn't show up for the sham interview. It was a sham interview, but that's because they had to do it, or else they would have been in trouble.
Yeah, that's the sad thing of it.
Don't do that. He might get a job. Houston might call and be like, "We really want you," or Denver, or something. Because John Elway said he loved his interview with Brian Flores, but they just decided to go with Vic Fangio a couple years ago.
We saw that worked out.
Yeah.
No, I hear what you're saying.
No, he had a sham interview with the Broncos as well that year that they hired Vic Fangio.
No, that's what he's saying. Yeah. But John Elway is saying no, that's not what happened. So yeah, it's he said. It's
really said, he pointing fingers.
If you as the NFL are putting these, like, they're literally setting up for sham interviews, because if a team wants Brian Dable, okay, that's a white head coach. That's who we want. Oh wait, we have to interview minority head coaches, but we still want this guy. That's just a fake interview you're setting up. The NFL is doing.
Yeah, no,
but not the teams. The teams are like, hey, we still want our guy.
I agree, but I mean, if he's coming in, preparing for this interview, preparing for hours, getting everything down. Yeah. It's bullshit that he has to go through it and sit through it.
Yes, but the Giants would not have.
That's the NFL's fault.
Yes, I agree.
If the Giants could have said, we interviewed Dable, he's the guy, we want to announce him, but because they didn't interview a minority candidate, they can't hire anyone.
Yes.
That's the problem is because Bobby, you've been a manager. You've wanted to hire people, but you still have other interviews scheduled,
Yeah.
What you can do in our position is go, hey, we filled the position. You don't need to come in for your interview. I've done it before.
Yeah.
But you can't do that when in the NFL you haven't interviewed the required minority candidate. And the problem is that the emphasis, like,
no, I understand it, and
it's bullshit.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And I will say all of Brian Flores' complaints are completely valid.
But I think his complaints need to be more directed at the NFL.
Yeah,
because like we're saying, the NFL sets you up for a sham interview in that case.
Because like the Giants, he was mad at the Giants because they're like, oh, the Giants made me interview. Well, they didn't make you interview. They were forced to make you interview because they couldn't hire anyone.
Yeah. Because the Giants there's some, I don't know what the punishment is, but if they don't follow it,
I think they lose a draft pick. I don't think it's a first round draft pick.
You lose a draft pick, I'm pretty sure is what it is. So now, do I lose a draft pick because, I out of respect for this guy, when the league is about winning, all right? At the end of the day, they don't care about the respect towards another person if he's not going to be a part of the organization.
Yeah.
They just don't. And, Brian Flores hasn't been a head coach long enough to earn that kind of respect from certain teams. I think he's a good coach.
I do too.
But he's still new to the head coaching game.
Yeah.
It's a messy situation. I'd rather we not talk about it further.
No, I don't. I just want to bring up that point because I feel like everyone's like all mad about this sham interview. It's like, but they kind of are forced to do that.
That's the thing. Like, you can be mad about it, but it's not the organization's fault. The organization has to do it.
Like, I'm blaming the NFL and it's a completely stupid rule, and these guys should be given a fair shot.
Yeah. And the organization does take some responsibility because you have to still legitimately consider the guy.
Yeah.
It's not fair to go into an interview with the attitude of we're not going to hire him, but let's just suffer through it. You should still go to the interview with the intent should be sell me on you as the head coach.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you found your guy, say you interviewed 10 candidates, right? And you found your guy, you should be able to announce your guy regardless of who the candidates you interviewed were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But all I'm saying is it's so stupid that Brian Flores has to go through all of this just to prove a point that the NFL is completely ass backwards in this rule.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
And
the problem is the blame and focus is being put on the organizations.
Yeah.
The organizations didn't pass the rule. Actually, I think the owners have to vote on it.
No.
But at the end of the day, the NFL proposed the Rooney Rule. It's in effect. If the NFL gets rid of it, you're going to have backlash from either way, no matter what you do here. But the point is, the Rooney Rule is the reason the sham interviews are happening, which is that's where the disrespect comes from, is the sham interview.
Yeah.
So you got to find something.
But it just sucks that he because of the lawsuit, probably cost him potentially getting a head coaching job.
I think it does for sure this year. And hopefully,
like I said, he's Kaepernicking himself. That's no way
is he
a
more
negative
defensive minded
statement.
or offensive minded?
Defense.
The point Smith could hire him as defensive coordinator.
The point with my statement
going dead.
was just that this is the NFL and welcome to the blackball, man. You're on the list now.
Yeah.
You're in the untouchables for a little bit because you're attempting to take down the league.
Yeah.
And that doesn't sit well.
Yeah.
So let's finish up with the Bears.
Yeah, it's the Bears.
Eberflus.
Matt, Coach Flus.
Coach Flus.
Nick, you want to give us your grade?
C+.
C+.
I went with the B here.
I went with a B+.
The only reason I went C+ instead of being in the B's is I kind of want them to get a more offensive-minded coach. I've heard people say go defensive-minded because then you can, develop Justin Fields and show them what defense is seeing. I feel like Justin Fields is very shaky.
Justin Fields said it himself. So
no, I was gonna say yes.
This has been a thing since the hiring. That's been the big thing that everyone's pushing.
Yeah,
almost like I said it first. We don't have enough listeners though, so no one.
But I'm thinking offensive-minded coach I feel like Sean McVay made Jared Goff a much better quarterback than he was going to be if you put him on another team. And I think he's making Matt Stafford have a revitalization of his career. Even though Matt Stafford was amazing, Sean McVay is still doing that. A defensive head coach may not contribute the same to a development of a stud quarterback.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
I would have liked to see, it's hey, it's still young in Justin Fields' career. Hey, we really don't know what direction we want to go. Let's go offensive minded so you can fully focus on developing him and taking him. This is the future of our team.
Well, here's the thing. I give it a B+. The reason is because after listening to the press conference and the stuff that's being said and everything, the bar that he is trying to set for the organization, I'm pretty happy with the direction that they seem to want to go. The focus is still the development of Justin Fields.
Yep.
At the end of the day, they're not, the point is get Justin Fields to become the best quarterback you can get and, roll from there. The reason I'm liking this hiring is because Matt Eberflus said he's not calling the defense. He's letting his coordinator call the defense. So now he's strictly on a head. The job is to be the head coach.
It's leadership.
It's leadership.
Yep.
Nagy, Nagy was a good guy and everything, but he was so focused on his offense doing well that I think he forgot about the aspect of developing. He's just like, the offense needs to go.
Yeah.
And if it's not going, I need to replace people. And it wasn't about developing. Eberflus is going to focus on the development of Fields, the development of all of his players. And the one thing that I really liked about what he was talking about, the players are going to sit in the opposing position's film room. They're going to study that position. Like cornerbacks are going to study wide receiver. Like they're going to practice as a wide receiver to get more insight and vice versa. I've said it before. A lot of people have been saying it. Nick, you touched on it. At the end of the day, with a defensive coach, he is going to come in and tell Justin Fields, this is how defenses scheme against you. This is how they're masking their schemes. And he's going to be able to give you, like, if I were calling the defense against you, this is what I would do. Nagy can go, hey, they're in cover 2 all day. He could tell you what coverage they're in. That's great. But the insight and like the thought process of a defensive coach being the guy who's in the ear of Justin Fields, I think is going to do a lot more for him developing. Because here's the thing. The Rams did well with Jared Goff. But Jared Goff sucks without McVay. So how much did Jared Goff develop? And how much was he just being told what to do? I want Justin Fields to develop to where he can win without having a head coach telling him every single thing.
I think Jared Goff's still in a bad. I think he'll be in a better situation next year, and he'll still be decent.
But the point is, Jared Goff had 2 good years with McVay, and then they took the training wheels off of him, and were like, "All right, do it more on your own." They weren't very good, and to say he was anything but bad in Detroit, which, to be fair, Detroit's a bad organization, but Matt Stafford left that organization and was a better quarterback than what Goff is right now. They weren't a good team, but Matt Stafford didn't look bad. So there's something to be said for that. I want Justin Fields to be able to succeed without needing his coach to tell him and hold his hand through the whole process. That's the big thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, fair point. I also like that he's getting the right guys in positions. We're taking from other leagues, and he's just going to be other teams.
The NBA.
And he's just
Brett Hoiberg, is that you?
He's just going to let them do their job, and he's just going to be the leader on the team. He's not going to be fucking Nagy trying to control everything.
Well, like the same thing you said about Urban Meyer to Doug Peterson. It's the same thing with Matt Nagy. Anything's gonna be better than Matt Nagy.
Exactly.
Unless it was Urban Meyer.
Unless it was Urban Meyer. Bro, I would have taken Lovie Smith back, honestly.
Yeah.
No, I just like everything he's doing.
And he's worked under Frank Reich. I'm a huge fan of Frank Reich.
Yeah, we know.
Hey, you know what? How would you watch Hard Knocks in season with the Colts? All right, you'll like.
How about you watch Kirk Cousins' highlight film? It's amazing.
It is.
It's better.
Better
than Danny Dimes.
Well, that's not hard, bro. I can go and throw a football in a trash can. It's about the same.
Okay. Whoa.
Whoa! I want to see you bust off a 90-yard run. All right.
I'm fast.
And then fall down.
I don't think I'd fall though. That's the thing. I don't know though.
You'd still be holding the ball.
I think you might fall.
Bobby, it's not you out there running the ball, okay? But
whoa!
Listen. My sport was running. I'm pretty sure I won't fall.
Wait till the combine when I got my Glennon jersey on. By the way, can't find a Bears one. I think I'm gonna have to get.
You should buy a Danny Dimes jersey. You should buy a Kirk Cousins jersey.
No.
We just gotta go all 8s.
What team or what player did I say I was gonna get? Mike White. I think I said.
Oh yeah, Mike White.
Or just find the cheapest. Like, who the hell is that player jersey you could find? Get any Josh McCown jersey, basically, because it's like, dude, spend 1 year on every team.
True.
Just go on eBay, find some.
Matt Schwab.
Dude, if you find his Falcons jersey, frame it. We're gonna frame him.
Honestly, we just gotta hit eBay up. We just gotta find the most random ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
See what I can find.
NFL jersey, sort price low to high. There we go.
Look at that. There it is.
True. All right. So, with all the coaches, I got a couple questions to ask you. So let's go. Who will be the most successful out of all these coaches?
The Vikings guy, McConnell.
Going O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell, not McConnell. Kevin O'Connell.
You know, I honestly think it's a toss-up between Mike McDaniels in Miami and what's his face?
Josh McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels.
Same last name.
I'm just being honest. I want to throw Matt Eberflus in there, but lifelong.
Don't be a homer.
Don't be a homer. Being a lifelong Bears fan, I'm conditioned to expect the worst. So, I just think McDaniels, Josh McDaniels, is on the team that's meant to win right now. Mike McDaniels, I think, shows the most upside out of all these guys. I do like Kevin O'Connell though, especially because he's going to be going with Kirk Cousins.
Plus, if Aaron Rodgers leaves the division, I think the Vikings will win it.
If Aaron Rodgers wins the division, it's all bets are. Sorry,
he wins the division.
All bets are off. If he leaves the division, all bets are off.
Yeah, I would. Fair to say, Mike McDaniels. That's who I would go with. So biggest bust,
Nathaniel Hackett. Him or Lovey, but I'm not even going to count Lovey in the bust category because the team is. Lovey's in a position to fail.
For me, it's tough for me to say biggest bust because if Nathaniel Hackett doesn't get Aaron Rodgers to come to Denver, he's going to be a very short-lived head coach.
He's the biggest bust.
Also, Brian Daboll might be the biggest bust because he might have the biggest losing record, but that's more of his team, not him.
Yeah. He also might have the most hype around him, so if he doesn't do
that's
well,
more
it's
of a
going
bust.
to be
Where it's
more
you're not.
Yeah,
true.
I'm going Nathaniel Hackett. I just think. Lovie Smith, I'm not going to say anything about him in Houston because it's Houston. I'm not going to knock the dude for the team he's coaching. Nathaniel Hackett is going to a team that has some expectations, not huge, but some. So, him or Daboll, because of the amount of hype around Daboll, if he can't succeed, it's just going to be blown out of proportion.
I'll do Brian Daboll and then Dennis Allen. I feel like he has a big chance of going 2-15 just because you have no idea.
Enough.
But you have no idea who's going to be on the team, so that's not really fair.
Yeah.
He might have no one to coach.
True.
So Brian Daboll, for the most hyped guy that he's going to be, I'll pick Brian Daboll. But
I'm going to go Josh McDaniel.
Biggest bust?
Biggest bust. I feel like he's not going to do very well, and the team's not going to want to play for him because they want their boy Rich Bisaccia coaching them. All right,
that's possible.
And they were a playoff team, so really, if you're bringing in a head coach, you always want your head coach to do better than
the goal is to improve. So we'll see.
Yeah. Fired first.
Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson.
Wow.
I was going to go Lovey.
It's probably going to be Lovey.
Yeah,
no, I think Lovey will retire before he gets fired.
But then again, I'm pretty much giving I'm not even counting Lovie Smith.
Yeah, that's I'm taking
the team. So I am going to go with Doug Peterson. I actually could see it happening because the Jacksonville Jaguars are kind of really poorly run. But
again, you can't get much worse than Urban Meyer. So
true.
Yeah, but now you might have a quick trigger finger over there for Shad Khan.
No, it took them a while to fire Urban.
I'm going to go Doug Peterson as well. I think all these coaches, with the exception of Lovie Smith, have the chance to stay for a while.
But see, that's I think Lovie Smith might just retire. He might be like, you know what?
I can't hold anything against. It's the Texans, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think I got to go Dennis Allen. That team's going to be dumpster fire.
Yeah, but I think they know that, and so he's going to be given some time.
Hopefully, but
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Maybe.
But that leads to the next point of who inherited the biggest mess.
Dennis
Allen. $71 million over the cap speaks for itself. Yeah. The Houston Texans are the Houston Texans, but holy smokes.
I would say Lovie Smith if he came from a different team and went to Houston. But he was already there.
He was already there. Houston at least has money to spend. So
yeah.
He's like a janitor in a really gross school.
Deshaun Watson too.
Yeah. All right, so what coach is gonna have wait, did we do the
biggest place to succeed?
Yeah,
we did that.
No, we didn't.
Oh no, we didn't. Josh McDaniels.
Josh McDaniel?
Yeah, he's in the most win. Or Kevin O'Connell.
I want to say Kevin O'Connell, honestly.
Kevin O'Connell's offense, but the Vikings defense isn't very good.
Yeah, I know, but if that offense
I get what you're
they're
saying.
better than what they were last year, and honestly, I still see them winning the game.
Yeah.
And
I get
again,
what you're
Aaron
saying.
Rodgers not in the division.
I'll say
I agree.
Eberflus. Because I think if you put a better coach in that situation to coach the Bears last year, I think the Bears already are a better team. So that way you're just on a team that's already set up to succeed better than last year.
Everyone thinks the Bears are going to have to rebuild. I don't think so. I think they just have to retool.
Yeah.
They're not. I don't think he's set up to fit.
Or just actually have a coach.
Yeah, I don't think there's. I don't think he's in a position to fail. I think he's in a position where he can show the most improvement from from last year to the next year.
Yeah,
like the Bears are. I think they're a team that you could see a considerable improvement from last season to next season. They have cap space now, not a ton, but I mean they're going to cut Cohen, they're going to cut Goldman, they're going to free up more space.
2 years ago they were in the playoffs. It wasn't that long ago, and the team I think actually was better last year than it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, they'll be fine. Yeah. That's a good one. I like the Eberflus call.
I do too, but again, I don't want to be Bears homer.
Yeah, well, Nick didn't give it a Bears homer response.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah. Respect my decisions.
I respect it.
And respect that Kirk
Respectfully.
Respectfully, Kirk Cousins is a top 10 quarterback.
Dude, just buy a Kirk Cousins jersey and go be a Vikings fan, man.
I would buy one if it wasn't so much money. It's not like trying to get a Mike Glennon jersey, but get a Mike Glennon Jags jersey.
Dude,
or a Giants one.
The only one I can find is I mean, I could buy one, but that's like full price.
Yeah, I know.
The Giants one.
And so stop telling me to buy a Kirk. At least if I got a Kirk Cousins one, I'd be getting a top 10 quarterback's jersey. So
I'm gonna go on eBay and buy a Mike Glennon Bucks jersey for like $20.
There you go. That's fine.
The top 10 backup right there.
Yeah.
Hey, he was a good backup before he signed with the Bears, and it just highlighted
because then he became a starter.
Yeah, it highlighted everything that was wrong with Mike Glennon.
And he needed football.
Mike Glennon.
Yeah, he did.
He needed football.
Mike Glennon.
Mike
Glennon.
So the Pro Bowl.
Let's touch on the Pro Bowl real quick.
Yeah.
And then
let's talk about this sham football game.
We'll roll the next question of the week. So, guys, the Pro Bowl, are we ever going to stop expecting it to be like a competitive game?
Who won?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
I did watch.
Look it up.
I think the AFC won.
My whole thing is
I said whoever was wearing the home jersey, which was the NFC.
My whole thing is they have the skills competition, which is pretty cool because it's like a fun thing that fans can just enjoy watch. Why don't they just play 7-on-7 flag football style? Trayvon Diggs guards Stephon Diggs. They played opposite positions.
Wanna know what they should do?
Do that.
Just put the flags on them and take the Madden like the yard experience where it's like 5-on-5 or whatever it is. Bobby's more familiar with it than I am, right? Bobby, is that 5-on-5 the yard? On Madden?
You can't ask him questions while he's Googling.
I think it's 5-on-5. Yeah,
5-on-5, whatever, something like that.
41-35 AFC won.
Okay, cool.
Mike,
do something like that. Just let them have fun. All right, we got to stop wanting these guys to tackle each other and like play hard for what? So it's a total like consumerism dance monkey thing. Like
unless it's Sean Taylor.
The biggest problem is that they market the game as in it's an NFL game which the best players are playing against each other. It's not an NFL game. It's just them having fun. So don't market it as like this is going to be, hard knocks, crazy game. They should pick multiple teams, have each division if they want to break it up like that. Literally, you pick a player and he gets a random position. Like, all right,
you can do here.
JJ Watt's playing wide receiver for the whole 7-on-7 game.
This is what you can do. You could do like the NHL does it's the divisional like all-star team. So each division is its own all-star team, and they play against each other in this little mini tournament to crown a winner just cause. Right. The big thing with the NHL is they do the skills competition. They have fun doing all that stuff. That's fine. Leave that in there. These players just beat the crap out of each other for 17 weeks. Let them have fun. The Pro Bowl doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Who cares? I would rather, honestly, I enjoy watching them goof off and just play to have fun.
The dodgeball, man.
Like, just let it be these guys get to enjoy football like they did when they were kids.
Yeah.
This is like recess football, after school football with friends where you're just getting together to goof off and, what kind of crazy trick play? How many flea flickers can we run?
Yeah.
Like, let them have fun. every All-Star game in every league is a joke.
Yeah.
The NBA doesn't play defense.
The NBA, I literally watched the dunk contest, the 3-point contest, and then
because the All-Star game, it ends like 210 to 200 because no one plays defense. And why would you? Like, you're not going to go out there and try and throw down tomahawk dunks and everything in the All-Star game, because last thing you need to do is land wrong, tear an Achilles, tear an ACL, tear your meniscus, pop something. That's the last thing you want to do in the freaking All-Star game.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl, it's the same concept. Like, why do we want these guys?
Unless you're Sean Taylor.
Yeah, sure.
There was also
he went
15
all out.
years ago.
Yeah,
when they just tried to kill each other.
The NFL is this was the last league to catch up to the joke that is an All-Star game.
Yeah.
Like the NHL, they don't check each other. The goalies don't even try. They just try and make crazy saves to look cool, but they don't try and play the position. They just like, oh, if the puck hits me, it hits me. Because, they're there mostly to enjoy the time, like being gathered together. Because even though they may hate each other on Sundays when they face, they respect each other in the league and they have fun. They do the skills competition.
I thought you were just talking about hockey, and I was like, they only play on Sundays? What?
No.
I was like,
back to the NFL.
Yeah.
But the point is, like, this is when they get to come together and be like, yeah, this is what's up. We're all stars in the NFL. Let's have some fun. They're playing together to have fun, not to prove a point.
And
there's no NFC, AFC pride.
And my point is, why was there only one camera on the dodgeball? I want more dodgeball. All right.
Yeah, give us dodgeball.
Dodgeball
Turn it into a
was
dodgeball
fun.
tournament.
Yeah.
Just let it be fun. Let the players have fun. And to all those people that go, oh, just let the two worst teams play for the first overall pick. That is just so degrading to those players. Hey,
I'm not gonna lie, I would actually like that though.
You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get any of them
dumb.
to play.
That would be amazing.
No, it wouldn't. It'd be the Pro Bowl. You want these professional players, right? The Lions and the Jaguars.
We're the worst.
Woo!
You want them to go out there.
You want to go get your Kayvon Thibodeau, all right?
You don't want to go and play to have the pick that might replace you. Like what are you gonna do if the first overall pick is going to be a quarterback? You're gonna be like, hey, quarterback, go win this game so your team can draft your replacement? No, it's a joke. You want these guys to go out there and play hard so that some college kid can be drafted by your team.
Trevor Lawrence is like, dude, I'm chill. They're not going to take a quarterback number one.
It's just it's degrading. The football players are humans, man.
Yeah.
Would you want to play in that game?
No.
You're being that is being highlighted, Bobby, as the shit
Well,
bowl.
who's the number one?
No.
As long as
At
the
end of the day, you are playing in the shit bowl. Like, that is it. If it's the worst two teams play for the first overall pick.
And then they have the trophy.
No.
You get the shit bowl trophy.
You wouldn't get a better game than the Pro Bowl. In fact, you're going to get a worse
You're
game.
a much worse game.
Yeah, because
you're watching two teams that have awful players.
You're not going to... Why? How? It's not worth it so that your team can go and draft Kayvon Thibodeau?
Yeah.
No. Or Aiden Hutchinson?
They better.
No, it's just...
If he's not number one off the board.
It's a joke. That idea is foolish. People need to stop thinking it's a good idea because you're not going to get players who want to play it.
Yeah.
Because if I were a player, hell no. Are you kidding me? You want me to go out and actually compete hard after 17 weeks of this so that we can draft someone one pick higher? One pick higher we're talking about. It's not like the Super Bowl champion is playing for the first overall pick. Maybe then they might actually play for something.
Honestly, I like the divisional all-stars and then having a mini tourney.
Yeah, that I mean, if you want to do something, but just make it let it be fun. Let it be fun.
Honestly, just make it flag football.
Yeah.
That's what they should do.
Thank you, Nick.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
30 minutes ago.
You were researching the score. No,
I was researching the score.
That's what it should be. Because then if you do the shit bowl, which I'm going to refer to it as that just because.
It is.
But
really
now
true.
these teams have to keep their season going for an additional month.
These
guys have to practice.
I want flag football in the Pro Bowl, and I also want defensive and offensive linemen field goal competition. Why does that not happen?
Bro, why can't we get a 40 of linemen? Like the 40-yard dash O linemen?
That would be amazing.
It's like the big man relays in high school.
At the end of the day, let it be fun. Leave it at that. That's the right way to do it. Because that's the point. The point is to celebrate these. What?
Some Oklahoma drills.
No. The point is to celebrate.
The
The point is to celebrate these players and like let them enjoy a successful season. No one's gonna enjoy it if they have to beat the crap out of each other on another Sunday.
I did enjoy McCorkle Jones hitting the gritty though.
Oh, Bobby, give us your best gritty right now.
No, dude, I can't. But
Next week.
I'll give McCorkle Jones credit. He did it very well.
He hit the gritty, man.
He hit it very well.
He gave
He's
it
a
his
white
best.
guy trying to dance.
Hey, it looked solid. Can you gritty?
No, I can't.
Okay.
A white man named McCorkle. All right,
Hit the gritty.
hit the gritty.
His name is Mac.
No, his name's McCorkle.
What was
Jones.
he drafted as? Mac Jones or McCorkle Jones? Yeah, Mac Jones.
McCorkle Jones.
But
No,
his
he
legal
was
name
not.
is McCorkle.
Yes, but he was drafted as Mac Jones.
All right, Nicholas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not as bad as McCorkle, though.
yeah, it isn't.
I don't
but
think Nicholas cares.
I know,
His
but
name
I'm
be
just,
called Nicholas. Speaking
I
of
was proving a point.
Nicholas, hit us with your question of the week.
All right, I'm going to lay the rules out first.
Okay.
You're going to get random NFL team. I have the random generator on my phone.
Oh, okay.
You can pick 5 players, no limits on who they are. It doesn't matter if they're signed by a team, retired. If they played in the 2021 to 2022 season, they're available. The only thing is you have to get rid of your starting quarterback.
No Tom Brady.
No, Tom Brady's allowed.
Tom Brady off limits.
I
Off
just said
limits.
if you played in 2021
Yeah,
off
or
limits.
2022,
You played in
you
this
can
last
put him
season.
on your team.
It's the rule.
But
All right,
you
fine.
have to get rid of your starting quarterback that was on your team is no longer on your team.
All right, all
Okay.
right.
So who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Give me it.
All right. Spinning.
And you just get the rest of the roster from
Yes.
that team. Okay.
You get the Dallas Cowboys.
Fuck.
So you get rid of Dak Prescott instantly, and then you get 5 random players to make your team a Super Bowl champion.
Okay. I am going to take Josh Allen.
Oh.
Okay, so we're going Josh Allen.
All right.
They have a solid defense, honestly. I'll bring Stephon Diggs with him. There's a connection there.
Okay.
Uh,
Amari Cooper.
They need cornerback.
Stephon Diggs.
George Kittle.
Oh.
Yeah, that's good.
I get 2 more. I'm going to go with who's a good cornerback to send there. Did Stephon Gilmore play this year?
Yeah.
Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah,
On the Panthers.
And dude, I'm drawing blanks on cornerbacks right now.
You got 2 cornerbacks?
They need cornerbacks.
I know they do.
Like bad.
They got the biggest liability out there.
Exactly.
Trey Ball.
I'll give him credit. You got a lot of picks, but
And then I will go with TJ Watt.
ooh,
I thought you were going to go Aaron Donald.
I thought about it.
Micah
but I
Parsons.
wanted to put him and Micah Parsons
that
together.
would be
Super Bowl. That's a Super Bowl team.
that is.
I'm building
definitely-
that team. I'm gonna put that team into Madden.
Watch me get the Lions.
I'm gonna put that team into Madden and simulate and see how it
just
goes.
see-
Oh, very interesting. Chicago Bears.
Are you
Ooh, we
kidding
got
me?
the
I
Bears.
wanted the Bears.
We got the
I got
Bears.
the Cowboys.
No Justin Fields.
Yeah, no Justin Fields.
You got to get a quarterback.
Oh, Pat Mahomes. He's coming there. All right.
Okay.
Just we never drafted Trubisky. Mahomes is on the
Okay.
Bears. All right.
Mahomes.
So first we're going Devonta Adams. Boom. Wide receiver number 1.
Okay.
All right. We definitely need cornerbacks. Zadarius White. We need safeties. We really need safeties. Let's think here. We will take who's
Von Bell.
Micah Parsons. Or I don't know why. Minka Fitzpatrick. Ooh.
Minka. Okay.
Yeah. We need a middle linebacker.
Did you have one more pick?
I have one more?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm at 4. Okay. Middle linebacker. We need a middle linebacker.
You're gonna replace Roquan.
No, we have 2.
No.
What kind of defense you run over there? 3-4?
Yeah.
You're 4-3.
I mean, you could change the
Are you gonna
defense.
stay? Are you staying at 3-4?
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
getting ready.
Let's not address any O line problems at all.
Don't worry. We have
Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes and Devonta Adams. How
Okay.
much more you need? All right.
Okay.
We will go.
I mean, the Super Bowl last year showed how badly you need a good old line. Just saying. What do I know? Nothing apparently.
Oh,
Hey, go ahead. Take someone.
Relax.
Leighton Vander Esch,
No, I don't like him.
Bobby
Alex
Wagner,
Leatherwood.
Fred Warner,
Fred Warner.
Darius Leonard.
Fred Warner.
Okay, Fred Warner.
Fred Warner. Boom. Super Bowl team right there.
No.
100%.
I would take the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl team over your Chicago Bears. Sorry.
That's ridiculous.
He also got a better team to start with.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I didn't have to make as many. I really didn't have to address the defense at all. But I didn't want to.
Yeah. But we got Pat Mahomes.
You didn't even have to address your quarterback. You just put Kellen Moore in there.
Well, actually, it's Bandinucci.
Bandinucci.
Are you gonna do it? No,
Yeah.
I was gonna do NBA team because I don't really know that.
No. Okay, go for it. Just
So I was gonna say
I'm gonna pick a random team for you right
for
now.
the NBA.
Yeah,
All right, my thing for me is I'll just get 2 players because then
Pelicans.
all right, and then I have to get rid of my best player. So who's the Pelicans' best player?
Zion. I
Yeah,
guess.
Zion. Brandon Ingram.
I'll say we'll get rid of Zion.
Zion's gone.
Zion's gone.
All right, so I bring Ja Morant.
Okay, that's good. I think
And,
he's better than Zion. So
And I think I'd go Ja Morant and Jimmy Buckets.
interesting.
Because I saw Brandon Ingram, long boy out there.
Long boy.
Have you seen his arms, dude?
They're long.
He's
He's in the NBA.
He's just arms and legs.
He can scratch his ankle without bending over.
No, because his legs are too long.
I don't think,
He
I
only
don't
gets
think
mid-thigh.
those are a finals team.
You don't think so?
They don't got DeMar, the MVP Rosen.
Yeah, but I don't even have to play DeMar to
MVP.
MVP Rose. I'm in the
The
West.
MVP DeRozan, man. You
Yeah.
gotta be.
I'm playing the West. I only got to beat the
That's
LeBron.
true.
I got to beat the LeBrons.
Yeah, you still got to beat DeMar, the MVP Rosen.
What about
in the-
Golden State?
Yeah, I'm not worried about them. I got Jimmy Butler. Defense.
The Jimmy Butler.
I went full defense. Can I also pick Tom Thibodeau as my head coach?
No.
We're going to limit this team to 60 points. We're
That'll win.
going to score 65.
All right, handicap Andrew. Urban Meyer's his head coach.
That's BS.
Yeah, you
I already
going to
have
a
Mike
Super Bowl.
McCarthy. That's enough of a handicap.
I was like, he doesn't even have that great of a head coach.
Yeah, I already got a bum head coach. Whatever, man.
We'll give you Pete Carroll, Bobby.
Ooh,
No, you don't get Pete Carroll. Why does he get Pete Carroll?
I don't know, because he's
You get to
complaining.
keep. You have to keep Matt Nagy.
Oh, jeez.
How's that?
That's worse than
No,
Urban Meyer.
Yeah, no,
probably
too
not.
bad. You
I
gotta
might
keep
as
Matt
well
Nagy.
go coach that team.
You got to keep Matt Nagy. Sorry, buddy. That's the rules. I don't make them. Nick does. Nick, is it fair? Is that
That's
fair?
fair.
Going once, twice, gone, sold. Boom. Matt Nagy's your coach.
You
Eat it.
got Mr. Stinky Pinky over there, right?
What?
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer. I have the groper.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. That'll wrap it up this week, guys. We appreciate you tuning in with us as always. Give us a like on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. All of the links to our social medias are posted to our website, garagetalksports.com. Go ahead and visit it. Follow the links there to get to everything. We appreciate you guys listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah.
See ya.